Hello and welcome to Time to Mobilize. We are going to start off today's workout with some controlled articulated rotations. Let me take off my watch here. So just moving your joints through their full range of motion, and then from there we'll get into a little bit more flowy of a stretch. So if you just find a nice open space, you don't need any equipment for today. We'll start with your neck. So what you want to do is keep your whole rest of your body nice and relaxed. Shoulders down and back. Don't let anything else in your body move. Tuck your chin in, roll around to the side. When you get to the back, envision that someone is pulling the hair out of the top of your head. Bring your head back, around, and to the front. If you feel any sticky points, you can just skip over them. Those are areas where you have restrictions, so it's a good thing to work on them. They will get better if you do this more frequently. So you're just alternating which direction you're going, tucking that chin in, rolling around to the side, coming back, envisioning lengthening your neck as you come back. Around and in front, back the other way, trying to keep all the rest of your body still. Let's do one more in each direction. Awesome, come back up. We'll do some rotations with your neck as well. So resetting those shoulders, keeping everything nice and straight. Just rotate one way, rotate the other. Going into that full range. One more each way. And back to center. Let's move into your scapula. So what you're going to do is one arm at a time. So keep your one side glued, nice and still. And with your other side, you're going to bring that shoulder forward, bring it up, bring it right back, and then back to neutral, depressing that shoulder as you bring it down here, and then back the other way. So bringing it back, bring it up, forward, and back. I'll go sideways so you can see. So we're going forward, up, back, down. And we'll do one more time in each direction, keeping the rest of your body still. Awesome, let's do the other side. So keeping this arm down and still, keeping your core engaged, you're going to go back, up, forward and down, forward, up, back, down. I can feel my push-up muscles from Tabata boot camp yesterday. One more time, back the other way. Excellent. Let's move into your elbows. So what you want to do is have your hands, the tops of your hands pointing towards the ceiling. Keep those shoulders down and back. You're going to curl up as high as you can, showing your palms. Then rotate the other way. Now the palms are facing you. And bring those hands back down. Now let's do the opposite. So palms up, curling up, rotate, and back down. And repeat. Full extension at the bottom. And full flexion at the top. One more each way. Awesome. We're going to move into the shoulders. I have a low ceiling, so I'm coming down to a kneeling position. Maybe you can stay standing. All right, so keep everything down in that neutral position. Thumb is up to the ceiling. And while keeping the shoulder down, you're going to raise that arm up. Come find your sticky point. Rotate so your pinky points behind you. Reach back and come back to neutral. Now same thing, going back, pinky first, reach back, find that sticky point, rotate your hand. Now your thumb is behind you and coming back down. So let's reset that, trying to keep even tighter with your core. Coming up without shrugging. Rotate when you hit that sticky point, reach behind you, and then back the same way, reaching behind, rotating when you hit that sticky point, and then back forward. So in those sticky points, as you can see, I'm quite restricted on this exercise. You want to really emphasize stretching into that range, because that is how you will improve the health of your joint. Last one here, thumb up, reaching up, get stuck, rotate, and back the other way. Good. Let's switch arms, keeping everything nice and tight. Thumb up to the ceiling, reaching up. Rotate. Oh, those are some sore muscles. And back. Rotate. Thumb up as you come up. Rotate, pinky behind you. Up. Rotate. Thumb behind you. Another way to think about it is when you get to this sticky point, you're going to rotate so your palm faces towards the wall. Reaching back. Palm is towards the wall. Coming back. Let's go for two more. Thumb is up. Rotate palm to wall. Coming back. Rotate so. Oof, sorry, that was terrible. Thumb is up. Last one. Don't rush through those sticky points. Rotate, keep reaching back. There we go, that's better. And back. Rotate. Awesome. All right, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and we'll work into the spine a little bit. So we'll start with thoracic rotation here. So what I want you to do is have your hand by your head. Keep these other 3 points nice and stable. You're going to rotate that shoulder down and then rotate it up, trying to rotate through that upper half of your spine, pulling that shoulder back. Hold here for a second. Back down and back up. We'll go for 5 of these, so 3 more. Breathe. Last one here. Excellent. Let's switch sides. Find that nice neutral spine. Hand by your head. You're going to rotate down, rotate up. Keep everything else stable. Focusing on that thoracic rotation. Last one here. Excellent. Come back to your kneeling position. We'll move into our cat-cow. So what you want to do here, working into your lumbar spine. So this is your lower spine. And you're going to tuck your tailbone in, tuck your chin in, round everything up to the ceiling. If you can see yourself, what you're trying to do is get a nice curve without any straight lines. That's the goal. And then if you see straight lines, you know that's where you have tightness. Now we're going to go the other way. So push your hips back, lower back down, chest out, head up. And now you're looking for a nice curve in the opposite direction. So we'll do 5 of these. That's 1. Curl up to the ceiling. Down to the floor. Up to the ceiling. Back to cat. So hips back, lower back press to the floor and chest out. Back to camel. And one more time. Awesome. Take a little breather here. We're going to move into your hips. So we're going to come back onto our hands and knees. Trying to maintain this neutral spine here the whole time. So don't let anything move besides your legs. Get yourself nice and stable. You're going to bring your one knee in as far as you can. Then bring it out as far as you can. Rotate so your foot goes towards the ceiling. Bring it back. Full extension through that hip. And then back down. We'll go reverse directions. So full extension through the hip, foot to the ceiling. Bring that knee out. Bring your knee into your chest and then back up. We'll go 2 more times, same thing. So knee into chest, try not to let your back shift, knee out to the side. When you hit that sticky point, rotate so the heel goes up to the ceiling. Bring it back into extension and down, back up to the side, rotating, knee to chest, and down. We have one more. Knee to chest, knee out, rotate, bring that heel up to the sky, and down, heel to sky, out to the side, rotate, knee to chest, and back down. All right, take a moment. We'll do 3 more on the other side. So knee to chest, out to the side, rotate that foot up to the ceiling, getting good extension through your hip, and back down, foot to ceiling, out to the side, knee to chest, and back down. Good. 2 more. Knee to chest, out to side, try not to lift your hip. Rotate that foot up to the ceiling, get good hip extension, and down to ceiling, out to side, trying to keep your hips square to the floor, knee to chest, and back down. We have 1 more. In, out, rotate and extend, down, extend, out to side, in, and back down. Excellent work. How are you feeling? Pretty good? Okay, let's loosen up those wrists a bit. When you're here, I just want you to lift those wrists up. Lift them, not lift them, pull them down. Wrists up. Pull them down. We're going to do some circles. Nice full circles, looking for those sticky points, trying to fight through them. Other way. Awesome. Come to a kneeling position. Display your fingers. Put your fingers, press them down into the ground. You're going to rotate your elbows so they face forward and face the opposite way. Forward. Let's go for 5 more of these. Excellent. Okay, come to a stand. We're going to go through a series of lunges to try and open up those hips a little bit. So what you want to do is stand, and you're going to take a big step back, raising that arm up. You should feel a nice stretch through your hip flexor. From here you can lower that knee. So you're pushing this hip forward while keeping your tailbone tucked in. Feel this stretch here. Hold it, and then bring both arms down, relaxing into that stretch. Maybe now, if you're like me, you feel it a bit more on the inner thigh of that front leg. That's fine. Just relax there. If you're feeling bendy, maybe you can drop down onto your elbows. Sit your hips back, lean forward. You should feel this in the back of your leg through your hamstring. And back to that lunge position. Now you're going to take this arm, cross it across that knee, press your hands together into a nice spinal twist, using that oppositional force to rotate your shoulders, trying to open up your chest towards the ceiling. If you're feeling good, you can even open up those arms. It's up to you. It's really wherever your mobility leads you. Bringing it back together and slowly working your way back to standing. We will repeat on the other side. So stepping back with your one foot, raising that arm up, feeling that stretch through your hip flexor, keeping your tailbone tucked. You can relax down to the floor. Feel that stretch intensify. Bring both hands inside that knee. And sit your hips back. Feel the stretch into your hamstring. Back to that lunge position. Let's bring your elbow to the inside of that knee. Press those palms together. Rotate that shoulder up to the ceiling. And if you're feeling good, you can expand that. Listen to your body. And slowly coming out of that stretch. And back to standing. All right, we're going to do that one more time. So back to your first leg, taking that big step back, raising that arm up, tailbone tucked. Feel that stretch through your hip flexor. Slowly lower that knee down to the ground. And bring those hands to the inside of that knee into lizard pose. Sit your hips back, stretch out that hamstring. Come back to your lunge position, take your elbow, bring it across, press those palms together. Whoa, there's some cracks into that spinal rotation. Opening up if you feel like that is a good move for you. And slowly coming back, standing it back up. Other side, one more time. Taking a big step back, tuck that tailbone in and reach that same arm up. From here, relaxing that knee down to the ground. Bringing both hands inside that knee, relaxing your hip down. And into your hamstring stretch, hips back, slight bend in this knee, leaning forward until you feel a nice stretch through the back of the leg and the hamstring. Coming back to your lunge, moving into that rotation, so bringing your elbow to the other side of that leg, pressing those palms together, and you can choose to open up your arms if you'd like into that nice spinal twist. Slowly unravel yourself. I'm going to work a bit more into your inner thighs. So we'll do the goalie stretch. So from here, your feet are directly behind your knees and your knees are wide. You're going to want to do this on a soft surface like a carpet or a mat. And you can drop down to your elbows if you'd like. And you're just going to rock back. As you push back, you'll feel a stretch through your inner thigh. And then as you come forward, it will ease out of that stretch. So rocking forward and back. I'll rotate sideways. Might see it better. So knees are wide, feet are behind your knees. Nice flat back. Rock back to get a stretch. Rock forward to ease out of that stretch. One more here. Awesome. So your inner thigh should feel pretty stretched out now. We'll go for the outer hip as well. Don't want to leave it neglected. So from here, you're just going to cross. One leg goes over the other, lying on your back. Grab onto your ankles. So my left leg's crossed over my right, and I'm feeling a fairly intense stretch in my right hip. No, let me try that again. Left leg is crossed over my right. No, right leg is crossed over my left, and the stretch is in my right hip. Wow. All right, let's try reversing that. So left leg crossed over right, grabbing onto the ankles, and now my left leg's getting a good stretch. Or left hip, I should say. Finishing off, stretching out your feet and your toes. You're just, let me scoot over here, tucking those big toes underneath. You can stay here. I know for me when I first started the stretch, this was plenty. And then if you're feeling good, you can put some weight back. So just adjust as it feels good for you. Don't rip your feet in half. But what you're trying to do here is get a really good stretch, especially through your big toe and into the arch of your feet. This is essential for foot and calf health. And just releasing that, pointing those toes, sitting back on those shins. If you have tight shins, you're going to feel a fairly good stretch here. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you can come back, maybe even put your elbows on the ground. That is not for me. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you're feeling more bendy and your joints are nice and happy. And I will see you for our next class.